Goes directly to the conditioning that we all are facing. It is not that it is just King Rahugana. King Rahugana, of course, he is a king, and he is suddenly more or less inquisitive, because he has appealed to Jada, who appeared to be very much saintly, a saintly personality that is suddenly carrying the palanquin of the king. And Jada, he had gone through quite something. He had gone through, my God, he was a deer, and then he was a Brahman, and eventually he will attain the perfection of life. But before he's doing that, he will instruct the king. And by instructing this king, the king would derive great benefit, as well as the listeners of this conversation of Jada. We all know the story, it's a very relishable story, but the intricacies of the path, because the path is very treacherous, it's very dangerous, as we've seen in the example of Jada. As soon as he identified too much with the object of the senses, he fell into the river of material life again, and being reborn, he understood himself to be going through these difficulties. And we all try to remember, we all try to understand in which position we are, that we have been falling again and again and again, we have been falling again into this river of material life. And at some point, we are tired of it, and we want to go back to the forest. We want to be away from this material sense gratification. But actually the forest, as it is here described, it is just another metaphor for the experience of the jiva. And in the forest it is very treacherous. They are plunderers. And the plunderers are like the senses. So, I don't know if you have ever been into the forest and you have encountered dangerous animals. I have been to the forest. And let me tell you my story, because I've gone through that as well. When I was frustrated of this material life, you could say I had everything. I had a good education, I had a proper family standing, I had a good, beautiful outlook on life. I had everything desirable, but still, where was the happiness? The jiva, atato, brahma jignasu, that everybody's looking, everybody's searching for the truth. So on that search for truth, we detach ourselves from this material endeavor. So we go to the forest. I went to the forest and I started to meditate. I started to meditate on what is my life worth? Who am I even in this material world? And sooner or later, all my funds, my stability in life was gone. All my so-called friends, they were away from me. All my so-called education was useless. Everything I desired in life was suddenly a phantasmagoria. It was a castle in the sky that is described in the purple. And my castle in the sky was Hollywood. I wanted to make it as a great star. I wanted to go to the world famous boulevard, the Hollywood Boulevard. And I went there. I came out of the forest and I said, now I'm going to follow the phantasmagoria of this illusory success and happiness of sex, drugs and rock and roll. You want to be happy? Then you try that. And that is the Western dream. That is the conception of real happiness. You become famous, you become rich, you got all the necessities. You will be happy. That is the illusion of sense gratification. And so we follow in that path of sense gratification. And I was there. I was in Hollywood. What to do? You go to Los Angeles, the city of the fallen angels. So I fell. And I fell in all the traps of Maya, into all the illicit engagements, into all the non-do's. Don't do that, because you will be unhappy. But as soon as we fall, we understand, I should have listened. I should have listened to that advice. So in that situation, I was very much disturbed, disgusted. I really wanted to leave everything behind. Not to walk directly into the ocean and drown myself away. Why not? What's left? I lost everything anyway. So I was walking along and I met a good friend. And he had the same problem, but he had a little hope in music. He said, don't drop the music. You try it, you've tried it again, and maybe you will try it again and again. So we were playing some music and we were walking along the Ocean Boulevard, Santa Monica Pier. And there, the Hare Kṛṣṇas, they appeared in front of my vision. And they got a book table. And they got the transcendental literature. The market of the holy name was open. And they were chanting, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare